can you think of any small adjustments that you've made for yourself recently?
For me, the small adjustments I've made, because I eat like crap, FY, and I do. I mean, I just honest to goodness, I'm probably one of like the very few people who like eats very, very little vegetables. I'll say I suck at that, and I still suck at that. But for me, it's been restricting my sweet intake, and I say restricting because that's what I'm doing, like just straight up until the late evening time after I've eaten like all my like protein calories for the day. I've been doing it there. And generally for me, that always comes with pounds off if I do it for long enough. And that would be the one food thing I've done there for a while, and I haven't been as good now that the heat's kicked up. So again, something that's been inconsistent for me now, it was walking every day. It was a great time to like, all those books I was getting able to get through is like through audiobooks, and I would do it just like we talked about it, like almost at 2 times speed. And it was awesome because I'd be able to walk for 45 minutes. And while I was walking, so I was doing something positive in walking, and I was doing something positive in my mental capacity about thinking and processing things that were just new to me, different to me in the book. So it was like, again, and I think James calls it habit stacking in the book, where you take like habits and like you stack them together. Like, you follow one habit by another habit by another habit. And all of a sudden you might have, like I said, like 10, 20 habits. And it's like, whoa, this is really very beneficial to me. So
Multi-stacking.
Yeah. Oh, supplement stacks.
For me, from last time I was down there in Arkansas and was working out with you, like you put it in my head because I was like hearing the arm workout routine that you were on, and just like the volume that comes into that. And even me, like thinking about, okay, increasing volume, like I was set in like the viewpoint of like, oh, volume just means like you increase the amount of reps. Well, technically, yes, all in all, you're doing a bunch of reps, but like you're doing like, okay, just like a couple extra sets, or you're doing like the supersets and like how to put that in together. And it really doesn't make that workout that much longer. So not necessarily just for my arms, but it's funny. Like for me, developing my physique, I feel like it always ping pongs back and forth between like my chest and my back. And for anyone who's listening, you really can only develop like certain groups at a time. I mean, if you're like a newbie lifter, like you're just trying to get in shape, like you can get some kind of quote unquote well-rounded development. But if you've been lifting for a while and like you really want to make gains to improve certain areas, it's kind of like a losing battle to try to like improve everything at once. It really is good to target. So for a while my back was like getting toned up, and I'm like, okay, like now I got to hit like the chest again. And like incorporating some of those volume switch ups that you were doing with your arms to the chest, like I've noticed it and feel pretty good about that.
Awesome. And like, what a simple like change up that you made. And it sounds like you're getting like awesome like feedback from your body because of it.
The other small adjustment, I know like some people might listen to it and they'd be like, then why would you do that? Why would you go? But anytime I'm at a buffet, like it's less and less likely that I go for seconds now. And it's like, Blob and Blackjack Johnny, like back in the day, it's like, man, I paid this money, I got to make them pay.
Yeah.
And then now looking back, it's like, why? Like it's kind of like some people have the attitude they pay for a movie ticket, right? And the movie sucks. And they don't want to stick around, but they say like, well, I paid for it. I might as well stay. It's like, no, you paid for it. It's like in your power. You can do whatever you want with your time,
Right.
So kind of the same thing with the food. Like, on my hand, like, oh, could I have indulged a little bit more? Like, I could have, but I know how disgusting you can feel when like you're overly bloated,
Mm-hmm.
And especially since I'm trying to clean up my own physique too. It's like, well, like I enjoy my fill. Like to me, the consideration of the buffet is like, well, I get to like pick apart all these different assortments and varieties, and like, just having the chance to partake in all that stuff. And then I just imagine like I went to like a really fancy restaurant, where it's like $20 for like an appetizer, and like then the math makes me feel better.
You're like, wow, man, I saved so much money here today. Yeah. Like eating this one plate of food here at this buffet for $18.99.
Suckers.
Hey, but like again, like that's something that's like, it's small, but can you imagine how, like, let's say from a calories perspective, like, and say you only went to buffet, like, say you went 4 times a month. So they went 4 times a month. And like, old John may have done like 5 or 6 plates. Like, can you imagine what a plate at a buffet is worth calorie wise?
Dude,
Like 2,000 calories. Like I would say like
easily.
guaranteed. I'd say almost guaranteed like 2,000 calories. So you're talking like 10,000 calories, like, you know, eating till you're miserable. Like, so not only do you like, you save the calories, you feel better, like you're able to like move your body, like on top of it. So you get like 3 benefits off of like one small choice. So it's just like finding those choices, like choosing not to get this when you go out to eat, like choosing, you know, to only eat half the cookie, like when you get it, like you don't eat the whole dang thing just because it's all there. It's like, just find a small thing in your day, find 10 small things in your day. Next time, like you sit down, like at end of your day, look at your day, 10 things that you do in your day that can have minor adjustments that can have major implications later, major impact in your life after you do it for so long, you know?